Hello, everyone. Good evening. And welcome to this Thursday evening talk on becoming free from dependencies. Actually, it's a talk on freedom. But before we start, maybe we can take a minute of silence. And in that minute, just observe if you can calm down your thoughts. Get out of the dependency to think too much. Is it easy to slow down your thoughts? No? Yes. When we think of becoming free from dependency, how would you define a dependency? When you think of a dependency, what would you think of? How will you define a dependency?
A mind-body connection.
Mm-hmm.
Not to have the expectation.
Well, something that you think you need from outside, something that you think you need to find from outside. Mm-hmm. If I have this, yeah. When you use the if statement, if I have this, then I'll be happy. If I have that, then I'll be good. If I have this, then I'll be peaceful. Mm-hmm. Anyone else? How will you define a dependency? And maybe even better, how would you define being free from dependency? Another word for dependency is bondage. Another word for dependency, or another word that you could use for dependency or to help you understand dependency, is jail. You're trapped into something that you can't, or you think you can't get out of. But it is even deeper because you think you need it. No, with a physical jail, you think, oh, I can't get out, but I can manage if it is not there. But dependency is even deeper than jail because it is jail and the door is wide open, but you stay inside. Dependency. And so, of course, there are many gross dependencies. um, smoking, drinking, all of those gross levels of dependencies. But there are more invisible dependencies, more subtle dependencies also. Certain thought patterns, certain beliefs that we hold, certain expectations that we habitually have. And they can all be dependencies. Now, what do all these dependencies have in common? They rely on something external, something else. What do all of the dependencies have in common? Is addiction, and what do all addictions have in common? Sooner or later, they all lead to misery. The thing that is very useful to understand is that with addictions, with dependencies, we get into them voluntarily. But once they trap us, it's not so easy to get out. And let's go to the board, try and use the board or we will try and use the board to explore. Is the board visible for the Zoomers?
Partly.
For us here, it is very visible.
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, maybe it is very good to little bit revise this idea of dependencies. Dependencies or addiction. And generally, when we speak of this word, when we speak of this phenomena, we might very easily think of the gross forms. Gross. Like smoking, drinking, drugs, eating too much, eating all the time sweets, for example. These are physical, gross level of dependencies. But there are also more subtle dependencies. And the subtle dependencies are what we call habits. Habits that we feel we cannot shake. Now, for example, one can have the habit of being scared of the dark. Or you have the habit of feeling insecure when certain people are around. Or you have the habit to always think the bad things will happen. They are dependencies on certain thought patterns and beliefs. We are internally creating a sense of who we are and what is comfortable and what we are feeling safe with by thinking or reacting in a certain way and responding with emotions even in a certain stereotype or habitual way. and we think we cannot respond any differently. That is how it is. You know, you see a dog and he shows his teeth and you get scared and you run away. You don't feel you have an option. You are as if subservient to that situation and to that type of response or that type of reaction. We have many of these subtle dependencies, subtle habits that we cannot shift in interactions with others also. Now, for example, we might either look up or down on someone, look up to someone or look down on someone. If they have certain habits, if they have certain skills, if they have certain position or possession, we have a stereotype way of responding to that in terms of our attitude, in terms of our thoughts, in terms of our feelings. And we are very often we are not aware of this. And they can also be very gross. It can be, for example, a certain skin color and you respond in a certain way. Somebody drives a certain car and you are impressed or what is the other word? Look down on on it. We all have certain stereotype behaviors within us, and we are subservient to them. And we may actually deprive ourselves from many pleasant or beautiful experiences just because we respond or react in a certain way all the time. Habitual thinking, habitual behavior also. Now, one area of our psyche is the area of desires. And the opposite, not the opposite, desires are connected with a feeling of emptiness. And we can create desires and then feel empty because those desires are not fulfilled or cannot be fulfilled. Now, for example, marketing works with fabricating desires. Some beautiful video with a woman with beautiful hair and successful is shown in a 20-second video clip. Successful, loved by everyone, and beautiful, and she has everything in life. That 20-second video shows you that, and her hair is big and beautiful. And then it says, just buy this shampoo. I'm giving a simple example. You watch a video like that, and what does it do to our psyche? It creates a desire. I need that shampoo. And moment I say I need, I also feel emptiness inside because I don't have. And I don't have what that 20-second video is trying to tell you about that other woman, not you, that other person, not you. You get to feel how this works. And then after a while, you get more you see the video or likewise videos, bigger this feeling of emptiness is. And then what happens? You go buy the shampoo. What happens? Your life becomes successful, beautiful, and beautiful hair. And all your problems are solved. No. Desires are there, but emptiness remains. And actually, more you see that video, more the desires grow, more the emptiness comes. And more this emptiness comes, we look for compensation mechanisms. And then we get addicted to those other compensation mechanisms. So you can't feel loved and sweet, so then you go and get some chocolate. And then you get some more chocolate. And then you get some more chocolate. And then you get chocolate and coffee and ice cream. Does it happen? We will come to what is the way to get out of this. We will come to that. But just to kind of grasp the mechanisms in which we get trapped. Now, little bit of the physiology of addictions and dependencies. There is this hormone, you all must have heard about it, serotonin. Now, this is a neurotransmitter in the synapses in the brain that is associated with your feeling good and feeling happy. So higher serotonin levels in the synapse, higher is your sense of well-being and happiness. And lower the serotonin levels, lower is your sense of well-being, or you feel depressed. And all the antidepressants, they work, not all, but most of the antidepressants, they work to get your serotonin levels in the synapse high. Now, we have a certain base level of production ourselves. Not the body itself produces serotonin, certain baseline level. Now you take chocolate, what happens? Your serotonin level goes up and you are on a high. But what happens after that? It crashes, it comes back down. It doesn't stay high. But you know the answer, what to do. What is the answer? More chocolate. And you're on a high again. But after some time taking chocolate, you know what happens? The production of serotonin that your body makes by itself comes down. And so now, when you're not taking chocolate, you don't feel normal. You feel a little depressed. Because your normal state levels of serotonin are lower. But you know the solution, no? Chocolate. But now, if you take that same amount of chocolate, it doesn't reach here anymore. So you need to take double the amount or triple the amount of add coffee and add cake and add chips and add ice cream to reach that state. But what happens here? It drops further down. So you are on a high, but soon it comes here. The production of the body is depressed so much that you feel depressed when you have no coffee, no ice cream, no chocolate. And when you take chocolate and coffee and ice cream, you feel normal. You understand? This is simple This is how physiology works in many of the situations with our hormones. Now, when they do studies of this hormone, what they see, this doesn't only happen with chocolate and coffee and ice cream and cake. This also happens when salary is paid, serotonin goes up. This also happens with alcohol, serotonin goes up. This also happens when in grandparents, when grandchildren come, serotonin goes up. When grandchildren leave, serotonin goes down. This also happens with music. Certain people, when they hear music, it goes up. After a while, with just watching television and all these soap operas, same pattern. And this is why people get into binge watching. The same pattern they see when people spend money, buy something. After a while, they cannot go buy just to spend money. Something we need to buy. All addictions that we know are in this category. But they also see this pattern in relationships. When husband comes home, serotonin goes up. Husband leaves, serotonin level goes down. They also see it with sexual relationships. Same pattern. We are creatures of addiction. Or are we? That is the basic question. Is it possible that we, in a natural way, hold our serotonin level at a baseline at least, or maybe even high? We have talked about all external things that boost, sense experiences that boost, emotional stimuli that boost the serotonin level. Now, is there another mechanism in which we can naturally keep our serotonin high, our state of happiness naturally high? They have also seen this with meditation. When people meditate, if they have an accurate, good method that they apply structurally, it also brings the serotonin level up. But what is observed, people who are able to stay in a meditative state of consciousness naturally have a higher baseline. And then some extra coffee or some extra chocolate, it doesn't make it swing because they have internal factors that keep it high. I mean, this is not very difficult to understand. Now, this is science, no? This is science and psychology, the science approach to this topic. What is the spiritual approach, or what would be the spiritual solution for this phenomena of dependency, or this phenomena of depression or sadness or feeling of lack or feeling of want and needing and desiring and then getting trapped in this adrenaline boost that we're looking for somewhere, somehow, or with someone? or in certain situations. How would you call, how would we call ourselves when we are in this state?
Whimsical.
Sorry, I can't hear.
Whimsical. Moody.
Moody, okay. Unstable. Very good. Moody, unstable. But also needy. And someone who is needy, what do you call that? Beggar. Beggar. This is the subtle beggar syndrome, and it manifests in complaining, comparing, competing, being jealous, and also gossiping is in the same area, comes from the same thing. So it creates all kinds of funny and unpleasant behavior. And it also drops our sense of self-respect. Because deeper inside, it is not in line with our conscience. Deeper inside, it is not in line with our sense of what is noble and what is beautiful and what is virtuous and what is good. Now, can we position ourselves in this world and not get trapped in chocolate and ice cream and coffee? Yes, but with practice. With determination. That is the hard way. It is definitely a way, and it is definitely self-control, using the power to control your senses. Yes, that is definitely a way. But is there an easy way? I would say yes, but it also requires a level of effort and attention because it requires a shift of consciousness. Because this whole thing about dependencies, neediness, emptiness, desires, it comes forth from a certain state of consciousness, a certain state of a certain sense of self and a certain approach and perspective on life that gets us trapped in that. Now, a simple example. A cow feels he needs grass. And if there's no grass, he will feel, this is not good. I need grass. He will feel lack. He will feel needy. He will feel want. Because cow and grass, it is inseparable. But the fish will not feel he needs grass. Or not. Whether there's grass or no grass, it wouldn't matter to a fish. Now, for human beings, what do we truly need? First of all, what are truly, really true needs of human beings? So, one is food or nutrition, real, what would be requirements for humans. What else? Hmm? Is it absolute requirement? Yes? Okay.
Shelter.
Hmm?
Shelter.
Shelter. Yes. Shelter. What else? Clothes. Shelter and clothes actually comes in that category. But to survive, the body doesn't really necessarily needs clothes. Third is water. And fourth is fire or heat. Anything else? Heat. How do you write that? Sorry, heat. Anything else physical is not really a need, is hmm? A want. Yeah. Anything beyond this at a physical level is actually a want. Real basic requirements for survival of the body is this. Anything beyond that is a want and can develop into a greed. And then it becomes a dependency or an addiction when we start feeling we can't do without it. And this spiral of needs and this spiral of desires and this spiral of addiction, it starts with this is nice. You appreciate. Now, for example, say someone walks in with a purple with a purple shirt. And you say, oh, this is nice. You appreciate it. You compliment maybe even on it. And then what is the next step? This is very nice. Very nice. Purple t-shirt. Very, very, very nice. So beautiful. What is your next question? How can I get it? Where did you get it? How much does it cost? Where can I buy it to? So the next step is I want. Hmm? This is the moment that we lose our peace. Here we appreciate, you enjoy, you, what is it? You think it's nice, it's beautiful. You be entertained by it. Moment you cross over to I want, then restlessness comes in, peacelessness. And what does that peacelessness do? It just makes you want it more. Because now you think, that restlessness will go when I get it. You understand? And this also distracts us from our original purpose. Not because you came here to meditate, you came here to share and listen and participate. But now part of your attention is on that purple shirt and where you can get it. And after a while, you feel, I need it. to get this restlessness calm down. I need it. After a while, if you don't stop it, I can't continue without it. How will I survive this weekend without it? I have to go to this place, to that place, birthday party. I need that purple t-shirt. And say the person says, oh, very nice, I have an extra one in my bag. Here, take it. Peaceful now? For a moment. For a few moments. For a few moments. Because also, when you get it, you can lose it again, or it can get damaged, or something. Somebody criticizes it. You are vulnerable. So this is an endless spiral of insecurity and restlessness, which just makes us want more, or something else, or something more, or something. It becomes like I'm simplifying the process so we can start observing it within ourselves. Now, spiritual knowledge tells us we can stay at this level. If we stay at this level, we are safe. But then we have to approach everything. We have to position ourselves as need nothing. I don't need anything. I'm fine. And when you came here, you were fine. You don't need anything from here. You have your home, you have your people, you have everything. You just came, and this whole thing is an extra experience. Even that purple shirt, you don't really need it. You have many other shirts at home, and even if you don't need that specific one anyway. But we get into this, what is this? This, I don't even know how to call it, this madness. I need, I want, I desire, and then I expect. And then you get, and then you were more miserable because now you might lose or somebody might criticize it. And then you want more. But more you have, more you can lose. More insecure. So more you want again. It becomes like and this, I'm giving the simplest example of a purple shirt, but this can apply to anything. This also applies to people. This dynamics also happens in relationships, in interactions with each other. And that is why when people start, they love each other. Oh, they're so beautiful and everything. And but after a while, they forget. And then you want, and you want more, and you want more, and want more of this specific behavior, and the whole thing becomes like a big trap. And everyone feels suffocated. And then people who loved each other, big wedding after 1 year, they hate each other. Now, the spiritual approach is a bit different approach. First of all, the first positioning in spirituality is you are not a human being. You are a spiritual being. And a spiritual being is very different from a human being. A human being is a bodily being. A human being has a certain physical appearance and has a certain nationality, ethnicity, and gender and social structure around. Spiritual being is invisible, a being of consciousness, an invisible experiencer using a body for a temporary period of time. And that is a very different positioning than I am a human and I need all of this, or I am a soul, a spirit, and I receive from nature this beautiful gift of a body to use for a temporary period of time. But I don't need even this in the first place. I just have it on loan to play the game. But I exist regardless of the body and regardless of the game. Does it, am I confusing you or am I clarifying? So this is the human part, no? The body. And then there are things around the body, people, position, possession, culture, religion, and objects, all kinds of things. But if my sense of self is not this, but this, a being of light, a being of consciousness, invisible, timeless, an invisible experiencer. And I come into this body for an experience. Not just like how you come here in this room for this experience and then you will go again. You use the chair and you use a mic and you use the bathroom, but you don't feel I need this. Because when you go, and you might even forget the whole thing. In the same way, can we approach life with this consciousness? We are spiritual beings. We have come from another dimension of silence and light and purity. And we have come into this dimension of matter, into this world of sound and movement and bodies, to play this game of human life. And at the end, we will go again. And we will go how we came, with nothing. Even this body belongs to this world of matter. If I come in this awareness of traveler or guest, there are many tourists in New York City and they appreciate the Empire State Building, but they don't think, oh, I need to have the Empire State Building. I need to carry it with me back to France or wherever. No, but they enjoy. They take pictures and they pose and they go up and they all kinds of things. They enjoy. But they don't feel I need this. They come, they enjoy, and they go. The traveler mindset. It doesn't mean they don't respect. They can respect, they can appreciate, they have good conversation, but they don't get in the feeling of I want and I need. Or if I don't have this Empire State Building next to my house in France, I will be nothing. No. It is an extra experience. They approach it with a feeling of inner fullness and completeness and wholeness. So if we can approach life in general in this awareness of being a spiritual being, immortal, timeless, who needs nothing, and therefore is peaceful, naturally loving and appreciating, joyful, because this is a nice holiday, extra gift. You know, somebody talks to you is an extra gift. Somebody looks at you and laughs at you, smiles at you is an extra gift. Every interaction becomes an extra gift. But if in the empty mindset, we sit and wait, oh, are they going to smile? What are they going to say? And if they don't say enough, it's not good enough. If they don't bring roses, it's also not good enough. And then tomorrow it has to be more roses and something extra. No, we can make our life miserable in this emptiness mindset and dependent on the behavior of somebody else to feel good. And then we need more and more and more, and the other feel. Or we can position ourselves as complete, whole, pure, godlike beings of consciousness, spirits, souls. And we come here for an extra experience. We come here to share. Then every moment becomes a gift, becomes a precious, gift. I don't know, is there a better word for it? Just like holiday, every day is something new, something beautiful is extra. Today you go to the beach, tomorrow you go to Empire State, the other day you go to Statue of Liberty. It's all like extra. You don't need a nice entertainment. But this requires a shift of consciousness because generally we position ourselves here. I am a mortal human being. And not only do I need this, I need many other things also. Because Facebook and TikTok and Instagram tell me all those things that I need to be successful, to be loved, to be peaceful, to be happy, to be loved. So the emptiness just grows and grows and grows by these, what is it? These fabricated beliefs and ideas. Spirituality and meditation is the practice of shifting from this sense of self to this sense of self. Shift your sense of identity to feel full, to feel whole, to feel complete, to be grateful. Many times I ask the group, what is this? Those who know cannot say. What is this? And what else? Body. Okay, what else? It is also a miracle. Can you see? It's a miracle. Even these nails, you ever not stop to think how intricate this thing is? This is a miracle. It can touch, it can feel heat, you can use it to cut things, to see so many things, and you cut it and it heals by itself. What is this? Another miracle. What is this? Your eye. Another miracle. Yeah. Another miracle, your tongue. You know how many muscles are in this tongue. The whole body is a miracle. And nature gives it to you for free to use. 80 years, how many ever, whatever years to play the game. So many miracles. You get up in the morning and see, wow, so many miracles. What is this? Or this? It's also a miracle, man-made, but also a miracle. I don't know how it works, but it works. And this Zoom is another miracle. Look, so many people can listen and join at the same time. We are surrounded by so many miracles. But we don't have that spiritual intelligence to look at life like that. And so we make life miserable for ourselves, and then wanting, we make life miserable for others also. You want to say anything? So self-mastery means come back to the awareness of who you truly are and begin to see the beauty and the greatness of who you are and approach this world with a different attitude. Because these fabricated desires are endless. And the suffering that comes from it is also unlimited, endless. But we can jump out of that mindset that create that spiral of desires. And really, in this context, chocolate is still very innocent. And coffee. There are many other things that are much grosser and much more violent also. But their mechanism is same. And solution is same. If all the countries in the world would say, we need nothing. We have so much here, take little bit of mine. Will there be war? There won't be war. And this world has enough for everyone's needs, but not for everyone's greed. Now we have all these big institutions changing the world, but where we have to change, what has to change? Here, inside here. And me. The only one that I can shift around is me. And my shift can inspire others. Yes. Okay, you want to say anything, ask anything? Somebody is asking, but I can't read. Can you read? You want to?
I think there's a question online, Sister.
Okay. Can you read it? No,
Mother,
no,
are you?
that is
Yeah,
not.
I can ask the question. So my question was, what change takes place when we shift our consciousness from being a body to being a soul? Like you talk about having the spiritual perspective, but what is the change that manifests because of that?
There are many different things, and of course, the best way to find out is you experiment with it yourself. But one big area I have mentioned twice, body has a beginning and end. So in consciousness of being human, there is this sense of mortality, and I will die. And that goes against the deep inner feelings of most, if not everyone, actually. Nobody wants to die. Because we are innately, truly spiritual beings who are beyond death. There's no beginning or end to consciousness. So if we grow in this awareness of being a timeless, endless, immortal being, this consciousness of end finishes, and therefore also the fear of end. And if there is no fear inside your mind, how do you feel? Fearlessness brings peace and content. No. But what we're doing now is we're saying the knowledge and the theory. But this has to become an experienced reality for you, for each one of us. So more I think of myself as a spiritual being or a soul, and I begin to see and experience the truth of that, then I know, okay, there will be a time this body is not there anymore, but I never die. Even further step is the real me, the soul, is an angel. Humans need all this. Angels don't need anything. Angels come to give. So if I'm in that angelic awareness, then I will even serve and be noble. These are advanced stages of spiritual consciousness, but it is very worthwhile for each one of us to explore it. The world doesn't need any more people who need and need and need and need desire. The world needs people who are at least self-sovereign and are able to love instead of needing love. Able to be peaceful and spread vibrations of peace. Then demand peace and put a bomb if you don't behave. Okay. I mean, this topic is vast and we could go on all night, but just for you to start thinking along these lines. And I hope you feel inspired to explore more this spiritual identity and the mindset that goes with it. We are not mere mortals. If we think we are, we will feel like that. But truth is, we are spiritual beings. Can you turn it down? We are spiritual beings, living lights. But that light has become a bit dim, but we have to ignite it again. Through wisdom, acquiring more and more of these understandings and the practice of meditation. Okay, so let's have a few, it's already time. So just for a minute or so, reflect on this. That consciousness of being a limited, needy human, or being a spiritual being, a guest, a traveler, even further, an angelic being. One who needs nothing to exist. That is what soul consciousness means. Thank you. I don't think we have anyone new with us today. Even here at the center. You have been before, no? No, this is first time. Okay. So this is one of the centers of teaching school of the Brahma Kumaris, which is an international organization that has places like this, bigger and smaller, and retreat places in many countries across the world. And we teach this spiritual knowledge and the connected form of meditation, which is called Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga knowledge and Raj Yoga meditation. And we practice this ourselves, and we offer this to those who have interest. And the aim is to become more spiritually awake, spiritually aware, to install what is called soul consciousness, to shift away from the state of dependency, the state of this beggar mode, beggar mindset. Because the understanding is that peace and joy and love and power is our natural state. But we have lost that because we have narrowed our awareness of self. We have shifted away from the awareness of being a soul, being a God-like being, being an angelic being, and we have descended into a limited state of consciousness where we think of ourselves and we identify with our bodies. And that brings about limited thinking and limited behavior. And ultimately, lots of sorrow and vices. But it is in our hands to shift that around, restore our spiritual identity, restore our awareness of where we belong and what have we come to do here. And that we belong to that supreme one and that family of souls. And we are come here to play the game. We have become trapped in the game. And so there is a world of wisdom and a world of meditation practices behind this. And this is what the Brahma Kumaris offers. So there are many activities, this center and other centers and our retreat centers. And on the desk you can find the what is it, the program flyer. Okay. So tell others if you feel this is useful of these activities. Thank you.
Thank you,
And have a
Sister.
good rest of the week.